while the other station was selling 180. And I was expecting Mr. President to come in. And I had the opportunity when I confirmed from the NUJ, I told one of them that please make sure you interview Mr. President.
All right, wrap up, please.
Why he should have this thing is affecting us as a people. That's why I said Dakar is the soul of our people. The moment we practicalize, return to God and do what God says, I'm telling you, we don't need to carry gun. We don't need to protest anyhow.
All right, many thanks to you, parliamentarian.
In the genuine way, and we take over. This is Aminu Tambuwal.
Many thanks to you, Parliamentarian Aminu Tambuwal. It's about time for us to take our first recess, and when we head out, we'll be bringing you the news on the hour of 9 and a few more commercials. On the flip side of 9, more conversations on the floor of the House, and you'll be, of course, taking your calls and entertaining some of the comments we have on our Facebook page. Please stay with us.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Good morning and welcome to the news update at 9. Vice President Emefiele urges Nigerians to hold their next set of leaders accountable at ballot come February 25 and March 11th. NNPC apologizes to Nigerians, promises fuel scarcity will ease in 1 week. Northern market sellers in Ibisiku Asutan lament pains occasioned by inability to access new-naira note. On the foreign scene, rescuers continue search for survivors in southern Turkey and northern Syria after huge earthquakes. In sports, South American nations submit joint 2030 World Cup bid. And that's the news updates for this hour. I am Dara Udoma.
So welcome aboard, fly anywhere in the world. Catch every glimpse of the clear blue skies. Take a seat up on the floor and soar on the wings of excellence. Fly, eagle, let's get you there. Get up-to-date information and insight on topics in and around the aviation industry and stand a chance to win exclusive gifts on this 30 minutes program every Thursday from 4 p.m. on Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air here on Planet 101.1 FM Uyo. This program is proudly powered by Ibom Air, a new experience. Fly Ibom Air!
The People's Parliament is brought to you courtesy of JIA Outdoor Services. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarakas Group, owns and manages billboards and advertising services in and outside Akwa Ibom State. Why not visit them today or call this number 0803-741-2340. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarakas Group.
Every love story begins with a conversation. You know, could be as little as a good morning text, a gift item to keep the memories going, a day to make even the memories last longer, a special treat for a special day. And this Valentine, Market Square is providing you with amazing deals for you to celebrate your loved ones. You can shop gift items, chocolates, hampers, teddy bears, and many more at great discounts this Valentine's Day at any Market Square outlet or at www.marketsquareng.com. Don't miss out.
Market Square. Find more. Pay less.
You feel buy for low, you go pay later. For the buy to go. communication.
You fit to buy your phone today and you go pay later. iPhones today, both new ones and London used ones. Samsung phones today, Tecno, Itel, Oppo, Infinix, Redmi, Nokia, and other latest phones and accessories. Music box, laptop, liquid screen guard for to protect your phone from breakage. They repair phones, so both software and hardware with the home delivery services within Uyo Divine Ugo Communication. For anything we concern phones and accessories, you must have rejoin to confirm Divine Ugo Communication. Them day for number 1 Ikote Mini Road, opposite Ibom Plaza, Uyo Akwa Ibom State, or make you call 080-680-93884 or 090-923-12971. Our shop they open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Monday go reach Saturday.
Amapiano and Afrobeats, they dine together. The two giants, Niger and Southie, don't show. Plenty drama, romance, cameras 247. Come see where Yawa the gas Yawa.
Make una catch all the excitement on Top Go TV Jolly, Max, and Super on Channel 29. Reconnect today on my Go TV app or dial star 288 hash. Big Brother Titans now for people who don't reach or pass 18 years old. Our headline sponsors now Bamboo, Wave, and Lotto Star.
My people, no let new-naira and cashless matter worry you. Hope Bank day your phone, 500 naira a week day. So if you want send mama money, I be to buy a Maka recharge card. To give customer money, a big customer won't give you money. Hope day your phone, 500 naira a week day. My people, your phone number, na ATM card and account number. Oh.
Yes, so enjoy better life with Hope Wallet. Dial star 569 star 9 hash on your phone. Select Open Wallet. Put your details and fiam, your wallet done set. Hope PS Bank go sell you 500 naira a week. Terms and conditions there. Hope, succeed. Hope Bank always.
Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air Season 2. Stay in touch for all the latest information and updates on the aviation sector through the eyes of Ibom Air. That's right. Join us every Thursday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. on Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air, a 30-minute broadcast that updates you about innovations and development, as well as lofty ideals spearheaded by Ibom Air in transforming the aviation industry in Akwa Ibom, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air Season 2. This program is proudly brought to you by Ibom Air in partnership with TAF Media Group.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Oh, Lord.
Of the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glorious destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all, just stay specific enough. One sun died, the spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk to America with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots we on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours.
Now, the lyrics of this song by John Legend is just a very, very deep reminder to you and I as Akwa Ibomite, as Nigerians, as we get up to the general election with just about 16 days left to the presidential elections and the federal elections. And of course, It's a very important call. And what is the big question? What is that thing that we all will look back and then share in the glory? It is the decision to elect a competent, a proficient, some person who is a leader truly at heart, who has the solution, who has the willpower, and who is committed to ensuring that Nigeria is rescued from this salvage situation that we all have found ourselves. And the responsibility to elect that kind of an individual into the position of authority from the presidency to our legislatures and down to the state level, to the state houses of assembly, it is your responsibility. It is my responsibility. If we get it right and Nigeria is taken out of the different problems that we are facing, our respective states are taken out of the different challenges that we are facing, we all will share in the glory. But if you make the mistake to sell your vote, if you make the mistake to value your infrastructure, your stomach infrastructure, if you let greed get in the way and you sell your mandate and then you give the corrupt politicians the opportunity to still lord over us, then you are going to have no one but yourself to blame for it. Still the People's Parliament live on Planet Radio 101.1 FM with you. And of course, Remonita, the House leader, is here, and myself, Francis Adet, the Speaker of the House. And today, we have very critical motions up for discuss, and it's about time for you to join the conversations via the phone line. The first parliamentarian joining this. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
I didn't know it was near first news by 9 a.m. This acting in Obalaba. I wish crying would solve the problem best. Not crying, but calling on the Almighty, our Father in heaven. What is happening is not just an ordinary thing. Few people who feel they own this country will do what they want to do, whatever they like. It can't happen again.
All right, wrap up, please.
I'm saying that God's man, not because I was born here, but because God sent me on a mission. That mission was to fulfill no demon, that human or devil, will stand on the way of the people of Akwa Ibom and the people of Nigeria, and this generation must be ruled.
All right, thank you very much, parliamentarian.
Not belonging to a particular religion, that is of the Lord.
All right, House Leader, let's get to take some of the comments we have on our Facebook page.
Yes, so a lot of comments are coming in, and I quite understand, the grievances of the last caller. It's always been calling in to remind us about the Dakada mantra and his rhetoric that people should draw closer to God. But then there are cases where even God has made provisions for us, and as humans, we have to use our God-given intellect to address our own problems. God will not come down from heaven, to address concerns that we actually put ourselves in. So you don't put your house on fire and then call God to pour water on it. You know where there's water. You hold the knife, you have the yam, you cut it the way you want. Okay, let's go to our Facebook page. Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo is where you can join in on the conversation and leave us comments as well in reaction to what we are discussing this morning. All right, we've got some comments coming in here. Okay, just quickly still sifting through for some of those comments. We'll be getting them in a very, very short while. All right, a reminder of our discuss this morning. Increased protests and attacks on banks and staff recorded across Nigeria over the scarcity of the new-naira notes. We're hoping to get your reactions on that as well. All right, we finally do have the comments coming in, just grappling with some network issues. Innocent Daniel says, good morning, Mr. Speaker and parliamentarians. We, the Nigerians, believe in Peter Obi agenda. And we pray God to give us Obidati as our president come February 25. All right, thank you very much. Ayo Ekpeyong says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. The way things are going in the country, the election may likely not take place this month. Okay, interesting. Hope Amor Jr. says, fuel and cash scarcity is a major concern now. We don't need apologies from NNPC or anyone. We need quick action to end these issues.
I don't think we may have any peaceful election with the current situation. If our leaders had built modular refineries in all the oil-producing states, we wouldn't be having issues of fuel scarcity. They know what to do, but they bluntly refuse to do them. Osenimo Johnny says everything in Nigeria is grounded. The economy is dead. Church is dead. I don't know about that. Institutions dead. Only terrorism and looting is alive. All right, Sidarasi the New Nam says, good morning, Mr. Speaker, and the House Leader, as well as other parliamentarians. I'm sure with what we're facing now, there's a need to protest nationwide. Okay, the situation is getting worse as hours go by. Why can't leaders stand out to explain things to Nigerians? Well, I think they've been doing so. The question is, how sufficient are their explanations? It goes further to say, with this, I don't think they still want to conduct the election this month. Because with what we're facing now, there may be serious problems on that day. Thank you very much, Idarase. Mayor Abasi Andam says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Nigerians should redirect their anger to the CBN governor and President Buhari. I had a discussion with a banker yesterday, and the person told me that actually in their branch they don't have cash, and that the ones they're keeping inside the bank is to serve their customers who are banking with them, and that they can't load their ATMs due to insufficient funds. I understand with the CBN governor withholding cash so as to curb vote buying in the forthcoming elections. But Nigerians are really suffering. It's quite an unfortunate situation. The NNPC is another problem to this country. The high rate of corruption that's taken place in that company needs divine intervention, someone with integrity and strong institution to check their activities.
All right, indeed, those are the stands of Nigerians, but let's get to hear more from the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Hello, good morning.
The leader.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good morning, the leader.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, parliamentarian. We can hear you.
That's right. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
I'm going with President Roger. I'm calling from you.
All right, go ahead.
I think the issue of fuel scarcity, gas scarcity, and all the oil section scarcity in that section, we should lay the blame on Mr. President. Because it's only in Nigeria that I have seen a president being a minister. If you are, as a president, you are the Minister of Petroleum, whom are you reporting to? Is it the Minister of State that would be reporting, or are you reporting to the Minister of State in the ministry? It's so bad. Since 1999, there's no president has thought of making the refinery working. I think that's a problem we're having, because somebody somewhere is benefiting from this oil subsidy. We're taking our fuel to some way to refine and bring it back. I think that is what they are benefiting from. That's why they are not making any effort. Without having a functional refinery in Nigeria, we will continue to suffer on this scarcity of fuel. So I'm praying that the incoming president, from anywhere that he will come, will not make himself a minister of petroleum. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're hoping to see the friends in the incoming administration, whether will be favored by Nigerians to take over from the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. And yes, we're still on the floor of the House this morning talking about a new-naira crisis may disrupt polls. INEC warns Emefiele NSA as President Muhammadu Buhari has met privately with the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Aminu Tambuwal, and the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu, over the scarcity of the new-naira. We also have still pending in politics. Baba-Ahmed Says Peter Obi's presidency will tackle Nigeria's fuel subsidy regime in the first 100 days if elected and redeploy the funds to key areas, while PDP Atiku pledges to ensure Bauchi Gombe oil benefits the people, as well as APC Tinubu calling for calm over new-naira crisis and, of course, fuel scarcity. Let's get to hear your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Planet FM.
Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. President. My name is Pastor Edith. I'm calling from Ita.
Go ahead.
Somebody made a comment this morning, which is my word. He said, in Senate climes, when policies are to be brought to bear, they go through research. There is what we call pilot program. But in Nigeria here, we do things by try and error. We touch the tail, we touch the head. Policies are not research-driven. If the central bank were to bring in this policy, cashless policy, and, you know, swapping the old cash for the new ones, it could have been done through research. And they could have saved Nigeria this whole problem we are going through. And another problem is corruption. Once a man is given office in Nigeria, he feels an opportunity to make it. And it's not difficult to fight corruption. It's not difficult. A man is paid 200,000 naira per month, and you see him building a property worth 200 million, driving a car worth 60 million. Nobody asks questions. Now, somebody said yesterday that President Buhari is not part of the policy that brought in this issue to Nigeria. I ask, then who did it? If President Buhari is not in support of this policy, then he could have fired Governor Emefiele. And this whole, in developed countries, once a public officer aired, is either he resigns or he's fired.
All right, wrap up, please.
Nobody punish anybody for anything. And that is why we are going through what we are going through. People begin to punish people for the wrongs they do, or people begin to see the wrongs they do, and then they resign. I think we'll have a good Nigeria. Not about putting people into office, because once you put them into office tomorrow, they will still replicate the same thing. That is just it.
All right, thank you very much. And a very, very deep comment there by the parliamentarian. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Atiku. I'm calling from Mikorobasi, LDA this morning.
Welcome.
Mr. Speaker, I want to start by the comment from the NNPC that he has come out to apologize to the citizen of Nigerians. I want to ask, where is the apology? The federal government said that we are going to buy for 165 naira, and the fuel rises from 165 to 200 to 250 to 300 to 400, now 500. And now come out and say he has apologized to Nigeria. We don't accept such apology. Mr. Speaker, away from that, I want to comment on the issue of this Naira note exchange. Mr. Speaker, the CBN said that they always release 30 billion to each of branch of the bank, and some of the banks happen to shut down their premises. Mr. Speaker, it is quite sympathetic that this kind of crisis, this kind of labor, this kind of hardship has been ascribed through our leadership. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that our leadership has failed us. Everything in Nigeria has been bastardized. I want to tell our leaders to go back to their drawing board and read what the democracy said. The primary and the aim of the democracy is for the well-being and the welfare of the people. Now, our leadership have turned us to rulership. They are not leading us; they are ruling us.
All right,
and Speaker, this morning we are very, very angry.
Many thanks, Parliamentarian Etiese, for joining us. Of course, the essence of democracy is to meet the needs and yearnings and aspirations of the people. And where there is not forthcoming, a lot of people would say the government has failed. We completely understand your anger and annoyance this morning, as we all share in it, but we're hoping to see a difference. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the
morning, Mr. Speaker.
Welcome.
Good morning, the leader. My name is Aminu. Mr. Speaker, let me say something about the policy and the aim of redesigning the new naira notes. I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, that very aim has been defeated. You see, the problem with Nigeria is that everybody wants to cash out. Even the bank managers, they have compromised, which they were, because of the way you look at the policy of that central bank, it was to be the policies of the people. Now it has turned out to be an anti-people. Why? Because of Nigerians. It's not necessarily most of those politicians. In Nigeria, everybody wants to cash out. And that's where the whole problem lies. Coming back to the issue of fraud, Mr. President is the Minister of Petroleum. If
I was to be Mr. President, I could have resigned and leave that office, that very burden to another person. Because Mr. President is only Nigeria petroleum sector to ransom. You cannot be occupying the office of the president and be occupying the office of the Minister of Petroleum. And the NNPC, who ought to have been a body that could checkmate how our petroleum system is working in Nigeria and alleviate the suffering of the people. They are turned out to be anti-people.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning.
Good morning to the leader of the parliament.
Good morning, welcome.
This Congress, I'm calling from Citizen, Mr. Speaker.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, on the issue of fuel scarcity in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, some days back, the northern governors, there's a governor of Kaduna, Zamfara, and Kogi, took the federal government to court for this issue of the redesign of Naira. Mr. Speaker, my question now is that when our leaders, our politicians, started being caring to us, with the common citizens, because basically during the lockdown, some policies were given from the federal government. Some of them, they hide those palliatives. Nobody took them to court. When the issue of a strike came, none of the governor have taken the federal government to the court. When the issue of insecurity, nobody has taken the federal government to the court. Even now, the issue of fuel scarcity, they have not heard anything from any state governor. Now, why are you taking the federal government to court? Even themselves, well, let me call themselves. Because why? It's up to them also. They know what they were planning during the elections. That's why I'm total support of this redesigning of Naira, because the problem is not from the federal government. The problem is not from the state governor. Before you see the state governor still insisting on the deadline, that means they knew the total money they have printed. The problem is from the bank managers. Even now that they're saying that they did this thing so that because of the upcoming election. Mr. Speaker, you have not seen any politician or any top prominent Nigerian
right, wrap up, please.
Of the ATM or even at the bank to make a withdrawal because they have their way out. Common people that are suffering.
Indeed, the common people are the ones suffering. We'll head back to the comment section and the House leader will take us through more.
Yes, you know, it's interesting. I've listened to most of the calls that have come in and the calls from most Nigerians from Mr. President to rescue himself from the office of the Minister of Petroleum because they think he's responsible for the comatose that the sector has experienced throughout the term of his administration. I don't necessarily think that that's the reason why the petroleum industry is the way it is. I mean, while Mr. President is the Minister of Petroleum, let's not forget everything around the operations of the oil sector is at the wherewithal of the NNPCL, which is headed by Mr. Mele Kyari. I mean, they're in charge of the operations and they're in charge of regulations as well. The Petroleum Ministry only plays a supervisory role to the activities of the NNPCL, previously the NNPC. So let's not have misplaced issues here as far as whether Mr. President, being the Minister of Petroleum, is the reasons why we're having these concerns today. I mean, even if he gives another person that appointment, it's basically going to be the same because that individual would still be reporting to Mr. President on the activities of the sector. So don't expect that because you were a minister, you're going to do magic, or the fact that you were appointed to supervise a particular ministry means whatever successes that ministry has is tied to you. I mean, it's like saying Rotimi Amechi is the Minister of Transportation. While he has been largely responsible for supervising the construction of, say, the railway stations we have across Nigeria, those are projects President Buhari had always fancied doing long before he became president. So you can't accrue the success to the railway industry, to Rotimi Amechi because he's Minister of Transportation. This were the ideas of Mr. President. It's the same as having him as Minister of Petroleum. I mean, can we say Mr. President should step down as the commander-in-chief of armed forces because terrorism and insecurity in the country is on the high? No, he remains the president and the CNC. So I had to bring that in. So people just played out on this issue of Mr. President resigning from his position as Minister of Petroleum. I don't think that is the main reason why we're having these concerns today. Anyway, let's go back to Facebook and get in more comments. Nonya Ideal says, good morning, parliamentarians. NNPC should apologize, or NNPC apologizing to Nigerians rather, is not enough. Rather, let them do the needful by making sure that they supply the product at normal rates to all marketers and then enforce the regulated pump price to all marketers. And for INEC saying that the Naira crisis may disrupt the polls, please, I don't understand how these issues will disrupt the polls. Let the INEC boss explain in details to all Nigerians. A good comment indeed. Odemega Ebu says, Mr. Speaker, the scarcity of the new Naira notes will definitely disrupt the elections because many people will be disenfranchised as a result of not having cash for transportation to their respective villages. The scarcity of the new notes will even make electorates sell their vote with any amounts they are offered by politicians, which, despite the scarcity of the currency, have their ways of getting it. The earlier the CBN does something drastic, the better. And quickly before we go for a break, Bro John says good morning to you all. Since the NLC cannot protest, the people are doing their jobs, but let them do it democratically, not destroying people's properties. NNPCL should keep their apologies to themselves because when you don't fail to plan, you plan to fail. Having closed-door meetings, yet policies are not implemented, is unfortunate. Caused by poor, incapacitated individuals who lack the ability to think outside the box in providing solutions for the people. Only the last issue, Nigerians vote wisely and vote out bad government.
Well, that's the standpoint of many Nigerians at this point, and I'd like to hear a word to some of the things you said, House Leader, but that will be on the reverse of 9:30 when we come back from the BBC The World in 2 minutes and other couple commercials. Stay with us, parliamentarians. We'll be right back.
This is Planet in partnership with the BBC. And now, BBC Minutes.
BBC News with Julie Candler. The Turkish president has declared a state of emergency across a large part of the country as rescue efforts continue a day after earthquakes hit southern regions and neighbouring Syria. President Erdogan thanked countries around the world that had offered her help. More than 5,000 people are known to have died. The United Nations says the flow of aid into northwest Syria has been disrupted by damage to roads. The government in Damascus blocks aid to rebel-controlled regions. Syrian media reports say a baby born under rubble has been rescued. The mother reportedly went into labour soon after the quake hit and gave birth before she died. A South Korean court has for the first time acknowledged atrocities carried out by the country's troops during the Vietnam War. A court in Seoul has ordered compensation for a Vietnamese woman who survived a massacre. The UN says African countries should invest in basic services, including education, in order to prevent people from joining extremist groups. From interviews with former militants, the UN found that they'd been motivated by poverty rather than religion. A London police officer has been given 36 life sentences for a series of rapes and assaults he carried out while serving with the city's Metropolitan Police. He had pleaded guilty to 85 offences committed over a 17-year period. Spain's transport minister has apologised after her department commissioned 30 new trains which were too big for some of the country's tunnels. The mistake was apparently made because of an error in measuring. The trains cost $280 million and may now take several years to replace. A third day of nationwide strikes in France has disrupted public transport and schools, as well as oil deliveries. BBC News.
The World in 2 minutes.
Iyo ngoma bubukiri nemdum iba idam di bu iba nemdum ita bangutong tap bangutong gum sembitang se ufotum tap media group bun senior planet FM Spectrum Television e manisyon finito. Aramakere Tangsho 102.7 FM. Sinaman sa sangan tumke kolodo ke ta frepen bosedinam. Abi do ki ko kangan. Anyam ke sebo ki ko makara all indigenous language radio station. Emena mebo Tough Media Group. Alpake do Planet 101.1 FM. Ayori baro Spectrum Television. Ayori tarum Tangsho 102.7 FM. Ekene tang. Iyame bento diagado.
Amapiano and Afrobeats, they dine together. The two giants, Niger and South don't show. Plenty drama, romance, cameras 247. Come see where Yawa the gas Yawa.
Make on catch all the excitement on Top Go TV Jolly, Max, and Super on Channel 29. Reconnect today on my Go TV app or dial star 288 hash. Big Brother Titans now for people who don't reach or pass 18 years old. Our headline sponsors now Bamboo, Flutter Wave, and Lotto Star.
My people, no let new-naira and cashless matter worry you. Up bank day your phone, 500 naira woof day. So if you want send mama money, I be to buy a Maka recharge card. To give customer money, I be customer want give you money. Up day your phone, 500 naira woof day. My people, your phone number, na ATM card and account number. Oh.
Yes, so enjoy better life with Hope Wallet. Dial star 569 star 9 hash on your phone. Select Open Wallet. Put your details and fiam. Your wallet done set. Hope PS Bank go summer you 500 naira a woof. Terms and conditions dey. Hope, succeed. Hope Bank always.
Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air Season 2. Stay in touch for all the latest information and updates on the aviation sector through the eyes of Ibom Air. That's right. Join us every Thursday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. on Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air, a 30-minute broadcast that updates you about innovations and development, as well as lofty ideals spearheaded by Ibom Air in transforming the aviation industry in Akwa Ibom, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. Touchdown Thursday with Ibom Air Season 2. This program is proudly brought to you by Ibom Air in partnership with Tough Media Group.
In life, we got so many battles to fight, but the one battle you will never win is the battle against love. Don't fight the feeling this Valentine's season. Come with your loved ones to Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort for our special Valentine's dinner. There will be loads of food and drinks, music, spoken word, comedy, dance, signature love tunnel, games, and prizes to be won. It's happening on Tuesday, February 14 by the poolside. Red carpet 5 p.m. Welcome cocktail 6 p.m. and themed buffet dinner 7 p.m. VIP tables 30,000 naira per couple and VVIP love booth 100,000 naira per couple. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0808 052 7411. Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort. One experience for a lifetime of memories.
Love it. Hook, line, and sinker. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and listen live wherever you go. On planet101fm.ng.
Anyone who has achieved anything in life knows that challenges and failures are necessary components of success. They know that when things get hard, that's not always a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's often a sign that you're doing something right. Because those hard times are what shape you into the person you're meant to be.
We are the envy of competition. Planet 101.1 FM. Don't touch the dial.
If you just joined us, this is the People's Parliament coming to you live on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. It's about time to entertain a lot more calls from you as a parliamentarian and not forgetting the motions that we have on the floor of the House. Now, we've treated 3 And we are heading to the last motion talking about politics, where Baba-Ahmed Says Peter Obi's presidency will tackle the Nigerians' fuel subsidy regime in the first 100 days if elected and will redeploy the funds to key areas. PDP Atiku Abubakar has pledged to ensure that Bauchi and Gombe oil benefits the people. And of course, APC Tinubu is calling for calm over the new-naira and fuel scarcity. Not forgetting, we also talked about increased protests and attacks on banks and staff record records Nigeria over new-naira scarcity and as well as fuel scarcity. NNPC Apologises Nigerians, promises fuel scarcity will ease in 1 week in Nigeria. We're talking about new-naira crisis may disrupt polls. INEC warns Emefiele NSA as President Muhammadu Buhari has met privately with the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Aminu Tambuwal, and the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu, over the scarcity of the new naira. Join the conversations on our Facebook page at Planet Radio 101.1 FM, and of course on the phone line 0902-223-1011 or 0817-624-8565. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Planet Radio.
Good morning to the Speaker.
Welcome.
Good morning, Leader of the Parliament.
Good morning, welcome.
This is Joe. I'm calling from Ipanja. Mr. Speaker, I think of late that I have begun to understand that certain policies of government are well intended, especially of this Muhammadu Buhari administration and even the state government. But it is unfortunate and crystal clear we are